Yahweh Bashem Shai, Bashem Hakadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone of Google. I am not a member, Great Millstone, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. This is another quick one. I wanted to show you all something for DARPA, and you can look up what that means, what DARPA is, but it is an agency. This round, this high velocity round, I guess you can say it's a sniper bullet basically. So I don't know, it's not quite sure what the caliber is. It may or may not be a 50 caliber round, but 7 years ago they were developing what is called the X-Acto bullet, and it changes directions mid-flight. And as you can see, there's some things that are a couple of videos that are a bit newer, one from 2 years, one from 10 months ago. Alright, so as you can see, 4 months ago, Smart Bullet makes snipers more deadly. So I don't know, I probably shouldn't play it. You can type it in, Smart Bullet or X-Acto round, and you can find it on yourself, because if I play it, I might get a strike in the video I won't upload. But we're going to come back to Psalms 137. What we're going to get, and I did a series, Genesis 27 series a while back, about by thy sword thou shalt live, but this is one that I may have overlooked, I may have missed it, so we'll add it. So this is a long overdue, but a continuation of the series that I was doing maybe sometime mid last year, maybe about 10 to 12 months ago, probably 10 months to a year ago, titled By Thy Sword Shalt Thou Live. Okay, so this is Genesis the 27th chapter, where Esau sells his birthright, but is improperly titled the stolen blessing. But if you go to this precept, right, for you know how that afterwards, when he would have had inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And it also goes on to say that, you know, as a man, or not this particular chapter, but Paul talks about, you know, not being as vain as Esau before one morsel of meat, so his birthright. All right, so it was not stolen, it was ordained in the heavens. Okay, where are we at? And it came to pass as it made a blessing of Jacob. Keep going. I think it's in the 30s. That's very fitting of him, this spirit. All right, we'll read this. Genesis 34, or Genesis 27 and 34. When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. So you piss away your only opportunity to do something, and you cry about it. Is that not an Edomite spirit? Is that not someone who cries wolf? But we want, here we go, 27 and 39. And Isaac his father answered, and he said unto him, Behold, the dwelling shall be the fatness, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck, which he did. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And he did it as Cain when he slew Abel. And all the years long as when we entered into this captivity under this devil, that is what he's been doing, slaying his brother Jacob. And that is how you explain this biblical hatred that they have. That is how you explain why they can shoot you down in the street and have no remorse, right? Why they can kill your children, Why in during the times of slavery they could feed your children to gators and do all the and rape children and make children have orgies with each other. They did a lot of sick and disgusting things. One, because he is a perfect devil, a perfect whooping stick made by the Most High. Perfect on the left hand side, evil, disgusting, vile. He is the virus of this earth. So as you can see, this is why right here from the beginning, the two main players are Jacob and Esau, and that is what prophecy is hinged on. That is why you can't say that Japheth is ruling Babylon. So we'll go to Psalms 137, where we were just at. Maybe I can hit the back button. Let's try that. Boom. So let's read this straight to the point. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. And that is when, they took joy when we fell. And it goes directly into, O daughter of Babylon, right? And the daughter of Babylon, Esau, Edom, will be in charge, will be ruling that daughter, and that is Babylon the Great today, which is America. Okay, that is the whore that rides on the back of the beast, which is NATO and the EU. The beast being NATO and the EU, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, as they've done unto us. So the main point was, by thy sword thou shalt live. And as you can see, these are impossible odds if you're in the flesh. So this devil has perfected his weaponry, and Yahweh Basham Shai has made it impossible for any of us to deliver ourselves. Give me just a second. Okay, there we go. So between this, there's a robot that fires 50 cal rounds. There's a sniping robot. You have a bullet that changes trajectories. You have these AI. You have these suits that people can put on, like on Avatar. All of these things are real, right? And not only do they have that, but a part of that sword is their propaganda, their MED, their med, their things, their pokes, right? You see what they can stick you with. All of these things have been used against the Israelites, northern and southern kingdom alike. And by thy sword, this is a part of his sword, and this is why he is continually going to try and slay his brother Jacob. However, there is a remnant, and he cannot touch them, because if he could, we'd be wiped off the face of the earth, right? But damn, I'm probably so call the Lord Yahweh Basham outside for the hopefully elect, the remnant, whom I pray I'm a part of, and those of you who are sincerely listening, learning, teaching, preaching, whatever it is, that you are of that as well. So this is Isaiah 1 and 9, but I mean, it still gets me to the point. Except the Lord of hosts had left us unto a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like Gomorrah, which was destroyed by fire, raining down fire from heavens, but this time it'll be missiles that are raining from the heavens. And that is that fire that is going to consume this place. And it is because this place is lived as Sodom and Gomorrah, and the Lord left that to be an example for any nation that would live after the ways of Sodom and Gomorrah. They should meet the same end. And that is another reason why this place will soon go up in smoke. And I want you to really let that sink into your head. And if you have never seen any videos on nuclear destruction or ICBM missiles, or how far you are from the blast radius, where you can be within 7 kilometers, and if you look at the blast, you go blind. Anybody within a mile, incinerated. Now the Lord can make it to where you feel may look like an instant to everybody else, but you can feel it, all the heat. The heat is something that is unimaginable. Because remember, the elements, we'll get that. Hold on. Well, we got the point right here in Isaiah, so. Okay, 2 Peter 3:12. Right, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. And what is that, fervent? And while we're talking about the sword, this is a part of his sword, that is his sword in the perfection. Those nuclear missiles. I couldn't say that right. Fervent. Burn up, set to fire, suffer with feverish burning. Let's see what we got for the root. Burning up. And hell, even being burned regularly with fire, just a simple fire, is bad enough. Alright. So yeah, that's all I wanted to grab. Hopefully you can take a look at this, watch a couple of these videos on your own, but as you can see, Yahweh Bashim Shai has made it impossible. There is no way to save yourself. And I've heard, oh look at that. There you go. The warrior web is one of the many solutions trying to solve the problem. Overburdened soldiers. Yeah, there's plenty of things. Right? So all of this fancy technology is to combat that spiritual power that the Lord is going to give some of His men. Because how else can a standard be lifted up? And then even further, Michael will be on his way after that. So all of these things are lining up. They have their means, and then very soon, oh shit. Well, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going to go. So by way of controlling your food, by way of his perfected sword, it seems like you are in impossible straits. But that is why it is going to require great, great faith on behalf of all of us. Because it looks as if this devil is unbeatable, and that is how he's supposed to look, just as Goliath looked. Okay, so pretty soon, so he's got his weapons in place, he's got your food under control, he's going to control everything and cause you to bend the knee. And here we go, right? If you're not looking at the screen, look at it, because this is what's coming. Here's the end all be all, right? And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a M-O mark of the, M to the O to the Moesha. I'm sorry. That could be helped. Right, and then no man might buy or sell save he that have it, right? Or the name of him, or the number of his name, right? So, with all his power and his glory on the left hand side, you're going to bow. He is going to be your God, or so he thinks. But he will be for the 2/3. But that is when Yahweh Shai will make his move, right? And that's what we're waiting on. To soon be removed from this hell, and the earth can be returned back to where it should be, and they can return back to their lowest state where they should be. So, with that being said, I pray that you were edified. Again, go ahead, check some of these things out, right? And if you think this is amazing on the left-hand side, then wait until you see what Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai does on the right. All right, check. You see that? You see that? Oh, look at all of these things. So it's got to be some power on the right. So keep the faith, keep praying, keep fasting. Pray if you have any kind of doubt, pray that away. Fight that. You've got to fight those thoughts. Because the Lord is looking to give us that expected end, right? Let's see. So Jeremiah 29:11 will end it here. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So you got to be a visionary. You got to be a visionary. So with that being said, shalom.